Welcome to an Embodied Leadership Lab precision practice. This is based on an entire members lab we did in August 2026. So this is the kind of thing that we expand upon as we gather to practice being the kind of leaders we want to be, the kind we want to become, and that comes through practice. So you've probably experienced this yourself. You show up in a room, and the person maybe with the most power in the room is polished and practiced, and the words sound right, but you realize, or maybe you only realize upon reflection now, that you didn't feel good around them. Maybe they made you feel anxious or pressured or not safe, even though the words they're saying were perfect. And that is because each of us enters the room with our nervous system first. We emanate and recreate around us whatever patterns, whatever state we enter a room in. And I've experimented with this over the years, just being very intentional in setting myself as the temperature I want to emanate in the room and watching what happens as a result. So, this precision practice is to help you reflect on the temperature maybe you already do set around you by what nervous system state you enter a room in, enter meetings, and it might be virtual or real. And by then just giving yourself a prompt to notice and choose ahead of time, and maybe during the fact what temperature you want to emanate. And this is not about output, this is actually starting with yourself. And that's really key. So I'm going to lead you through a very short practice to set yourself up, to set the temperature you want to set around you by setting it first in yourself. You can do this standing up, walking around, sitting down in a meditation posture. It's been designed to help you do it wherever you need to do it. So I've written on a little sticky note here, what temperature do I want to set, or what ripple do I want to drop, as a member put it. And I'm going to put that on the hood above my oven, my hob where I make coffee every morning, so that I'm asking myself this. Because then there's a how to it. We'll get to that. So when you're ready, come to this practice. You can pause it now, go away, come back when you're ready. Might be nice to watch it at the beginning of a working day. But I'm just going to invite you to feel yourself for a few seconds and just notice without judgment. You're simply gathering data. What do you feel from the neck down right now? Let yourself just drop into your body. Breathe, follow the breath down, maybe all the way to your toes. Let your weight drop into your feet or into wherever you're sitting. And just notice yourself. This is your body. This is your data gathering expert thing that exists to support you. Okay, you're in it. You're in your body. You're present. The only thing that's real. And now just feel what temperature feels good to you, meaning what state feels good to you to enter the next thing you have to do. What temperature do you want to set? Maybe that's taking a few breaths, pausing, and just being with that and letting the answer arise in your body. I want to feel open in my chest. Or for me, I want to feel like my shoulders are soft. That's a tell for me that I am in a relaxed state that enables me to roll with whatever comes up. And that's also what I then transmit to others around me, because in order to be there, I have to be calm. My nervous system needs to be calm. I'm not just acting calm. So pause as long as you need until you get to the answer. What temperature do you want to set the next time your nervous system enters a room? And then ask yourself, how? How do I get there? Maybe it's that you take some deep breaths before and during whatever you need to set the temperature for. And this doesn't have to be something you're leading, it's just something you're part of. Do you need to do a little calming practice? Do you need to do a practice that gets your energy up? Do you need to shake out some jitters? Do you need to prep something so that you can enter feeling peacefully well informed for something? Pause this, work out the how. What is the structure, the architecture, the scaffolding that helps you get into that state? Because it's an internal job before anything happens around you. So for example, I need to do something that's very life admin heavy with my home insurance. And I've been chasing these guys for 3 months. And I need to call them before I email them again to get something resolved. And for me, it was useful to think about what I don't want to be. I don't want to be whiny or victimy or pushy or assume that they're not going to help me. What I do want to be is calm, assuming good intent, gathering data and acting on that rather than assumptions. So then my how became writing out what I need to say to them and what my ask is so it's clear so that I can stay unemotional. I'm going to breathe before I pick up the phone, take a few breaths. Maybe I need to dance around, depends on how much coffee I've had and what time of day it is. And then I'm going to keep my voice calm and steady. So that's the metronome for me, that I am setting the temperature that I intend to set. And before I pick up the phone, I'm also, I wrote it down here, going to say to myself, I suspend assumptions. They're here to help me. We both want this done well. So setting my focus so that I feel that calm. I don't feel constricted or angry or frustrated in advance. I feel calm and centered and ready to gather data and act collaboratively rather than react based on assumptions. So then when I'm done with that call, I will move around if I need to just shake it out of my body and notice if there's been any tension that's crept in, reset my temperature before I send the follow-up email. So that's how this stuff works in real life. Setting the temperature for yourself and supporting yourself with how do I get there? And it's often simple. It doesn't mean it's easy or we would all be doing it, but we each set a temperature all the time around us. So this is an invitation to do it consciously. So I invite you to put it in your calendar or somewhere where you see it every morning, maybe when you brush your teeth or you make your coffee or you're driving somewhere. What temperature do I want to set in the things I'm going to do today? And just notice, because it's like noticing the gap between intention and what actually happens, because you get to choose what state you embody. And sometimes it's going to take some work to get there. I'm talking years, but sometimes it can be done in a moment as well. And noticing is the first step. So that's hopefully a useful and fun precision practice. Just asking, what temperature do I want to set? And remember, it's not a head thing. It's a head thing partly, but it's really about what state you show up in. And I can tell you from years of playing with this that it's fun and it's effective because we read each other's nervous systems, whether or not we ever utter words or have a strategy or lead. We're all leading something all the time. We're all contributing all the time to the energy around us, to patterns that then become team culture or family dynamics or systems. So just remember, you are important, you do have power, and it all starts in your nervous system. Let me know how you get on with this. Drop me an email or write me a little note here on Patreon or YouTube, wherever you're accessing this. But I hope you enjoy that. I hope that landed well for you.